Hi, I'm Chris Hughes, and I'd like to welcome you to my world as a writer and teacher on Patreon and on YouTube. Patreon encourages creators to focus on the benefits people get. But when I talk to my own patrons, it seems like they're more motivated to support the work that I'm doing, which is for everyone, rather than treating it as a transaction. For that, they have my heartfelt thanks. There are benefits, though, which I'll outline later. I know that Celtic polytheists are a big part of my audience. They're interested in Celtic myths and deities, but they often struggle to find reliable information about them. Of course, many aspects are up to the individual to interpret, but in order to do that, I believe you need to know what the myths actually say and what they don't, what archaeology and history do tell us and what they can't tell us. And you need to learn how to find the good information for yourself. So a lot of my work has that in mind. A big part of what I do these days is teaching online classes, which I love, but YouTube reaches a lot more people, and that's also important. Some of my writing is personal, some of it is literary. I write poetry, I review a few books, whatever strikes my fancy, really. But generally, it comes back to Celtic speaking culture in some way. I've had a deep interest in Celtic culture all my life, especially Britain. In fact, I used to teach Scottish traditional music in Scotland. I lived there for a long time. I got very involved with horses while I was there. I've always liked rural life, and that really put me in touch with the land, with nature, as well as with deep culture. That's also linked to my involvement with the three horse goddesses, Epona, Rhiannon, and Macha. After I came back to the US, I felt ungrounded. I missed the landscape and culture of Britain. The gods still felt real and close, which continues to this day. But living here, the best way in for me to get close to the gods is now mythology and poetry and folklore. Well, if you support me on Patreon, whether you give $2 a month or 20, you're really supporting all my work. Of course, as the payment tiers go up, you get things in return, like exclusive bits of writing or early access to things, access to online talks with Q&A sessions. At $20 per month, you really help support the videos. You get a few exclusive videos and you get thank yous in the credits. There are 5 tiers altogether. You can read about the detail on my Patreon page. It's just patreon.com/Chris Hughes. That's Chris with a K. If you're watching this on YouTube or something, there should be a link you can click nearby.